What's up, everybody? Derek and Keenan coming at you with Test the Algorithm. I had an idea a long time ago, watching YouTube, that I wanted to do a channel talking about anything and everything. Everybody tells you to stick on one subject and whatnot, but didn't really like that idea. I want to hit on everything, and got a hold of my buddy Keenan here, and he said he's going to do it with me. So we're going to give it a whirl.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about anything and everything. So whether it's politics, we're talking about the Bible, we're just going to talk about everything and have a good time. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, let us know in the comments.
I got some videos here today. I don't think he's seen this yet, but that little Vivek guy, I can't wait to show you guys this. I want to get his reaction on it because pretty amazing. So we'll get right into it here.
I want to go back, though, to Nikki Haley's comment from earlier that she is somehow not responding to the will of these donors. Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time, and then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is. And now you're a multimillionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I just like how he says it to her, dude. Do you see her face in that? You see
Oh,
her
yeah.
face? It looks like her mom weaned her on pickle juice.
It's like, you know what? I've been caught, is what it is. It's I've been caught, and you know what? You're calling me out on it.
That's why I can't stand lobbyists and foreign donors or dual citizenships or anything. It's almost like can you pick one place that you call home and actually back that place to the fullest
Mm-hmm.
extent? You know what I mean? I don't really like that, but I love her face there when he's kind of calling her out. I love when people like get caught red-handed. That little dude right there is so smart, dude. He is like
Mm-hmm.
everybody talks about like 4D chess and whatever. I got a
Right.
couple more clips here we're gonna watch, but this dude plays 4D chess all day long with these people. Like he's a faster thinker than them,
Mm-hmm. And
And
he's
then
young too.
I know. Uh, we looked that up the other day. Kennedy was the youngest, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And if he won, he would be the second youngest, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to say he was like 37 or 38. Let's see. He's 38. So, yeah, he's just a little bit older than I
Tell
am.
me about it.
So, I couldn't imagine being at the Republican primary, being on stage. Like, not for me.
Right.
Not for me.
Right.
I
I like
don't
him
have
a
the
lot.
bandwidth for that.
I heard someone the other day say like it would be awesome if like Trump won and he was vice president, but they were saying that that wouldn't happen because it was like two alpha males or
Sure,
whatnot, and then they wouldn't
exactly.
let it happen. But man, could you imagine him as press secretary?
Oh,
Oh yes.
it would be a show every single time he got up
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
would be.
So that's the first one. Go to the second one.
And to say that doesn't affect her is false, because it's after that meeting later that day that she says that every American needs to be doxxed by having their ID, their government issued ID, tied to what they say on the internet. So I think that this is far more corrupt than I even imagined when I entered politics. But I will say this: it is going to take a leader from the outside with fresh legs from the next generation to unite this country, not the broken politicians who are puppets of the puppet masters.
So we
That's
already
scary, dude.
we already kind of have that to a small extent. Big brother's always watching.
Oh, of course.
I mean, you talk about something, right? We're talking about something right now, then 20 minutes later we get on our phone and there's the ad right there. But that is going to be the extreme, and I do think that'll happen one of these days, which is unfortunate that the government is going to have that much pull and say so in what we can and can't do.
Right.
Because you know what? Oh, everybody needs to have electric cars. Oh, they're going to limit you to $30 of fuel per week.
Mm-hmm. And up the road tax and everything else.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I mean, or say that you want to go buy some ammunition for a firearm.
Mm.
If you bought too much during the month, the government can go click, nothing from a gun store, nothing from a sporting goods store.
I don't. Ever since the Patriot Act happened, after 9/11, I believe, right? Ever since that happened, we have had Big Brother watching us ever since.
Oh yeah.
And we
All the time.
and we carry around the best tracking device ever
sure.
for the government, and can't detach ourselves from it, So we basically integrated into it, So, but that's scary because what I think about with what he said, like linking everything about you to your YouTube comments, to your YouTube watching.
Sure.
See, now the moment you're linked in like that, they have your social security card, they have your banking information, they have everything. And if they don't like what you say, they can go, no more banking for this guy.
Exactly.
And that is a scary, scary thing. That's a new world order, is what that is, dude.
I mean,
that's a one world type government right there. If they're tracking that, they can track that on everybody. So that's scary. I don't like that at all.
I mean, I would say the majority of our followers, subscribers are going to have, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all of the digital currencies out there. I think there's always going to be a place for, gold and silver as the standard, right. But, just monetary value. I mean, between the dollar and all that stuff, yes, I know the dollar fluctuates and all that, but it'll always have some type of value on the world scale.
Right.
But if we would ever go to digital, straight digital, think of all that. I mean, there's tons of hacking going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone if literally everybody in the United States or the world, if they have their own digital currency.
Australia's doing that right now. Australia's already there, basically. Like, I just watched a thing the other day and it said like they're at like 90% there.
I mean, that's
they were saying like let's say, I'm just gonna throw a number out there, but let's say they had 5,000 ATM machines for cash withdrawals from banks. Let's say they had like 5,000. They're down to like 100 now.
Gosh.
Yeah, and you can only take out a certain amount of cash, certain amount of time, and you got like their president and their whatever it is there, like on news and whatnot saying, yeah, we're like almost there, digital currency.
Man.
People are putting chips in their hand. You see those little like size of a rice grain in their hand that you put over the scanner thing.
Start paying.
Yeah, that's scary.
Well, man. I mean, here, I'm gonna chop your hand off. I'm just gonna take it and go.
Or like, let's say that doesn't happen. Hackers.
Absolutely.
If they could take control of a Tesla, you don't think they can get?
I mean, RFID readers.
Right.
I mean,
right.
However it reads, I assume it's going to be RFID technology. I mean, a decent, good hacker is just going to walk up to people and just go, "Oh,
yeah,
got that.
Oh, yeah,
got
right.
That. Oh, got
yeah.
that. Oh."
Right, and they'll have your information. That's
exactly.
See, I don't like that. That's scary.
Uh-huh.
There has to be some kind of privacy, especially in Americans, right? There has to be some kind of privacy. If this keeps going like it is, it's not going to be pretty. It will not. That is scary right there.
Absolutely. I'm all for technological advances and all of that, but there's got to be a fine line between, hey, I want to have my own money, but let alone have zero physical funds and everything digital.
Right.
I mean, that's scary.
Tell me about it. And she's for that, dude. I mean, like I said, when you're watching this video, I want you to just focus on her face when this guy just absolutely mollywops her. Just look at her face. Check the next one out.
Iran, which is what I objected to. And I think as U.S. president, you have to be responsible. What happened to Israel was dead wrong. What Hamas did was medieval. It was subhuman. It was immoral. And we have to call that out for what it is on October 7th. But to say that that was an attack on America fails a basic test. I mean, Nick, if you can't tell the difference between where Israel is and the U.S. is on a map, I can have my 3-year-old son show you the difference. That is irresponsible because it has major consequences, because that doesn't leave room for what actually is an attack on America. So I believe I have the strongest pro-Israel position actually on the stage.
I love this guy, dude. If you can't figure out the difference between where America is and where Israel is, then let me go get my kid that's in third grade to go draw it for you on a map. See, I don't know everybody's stand on this, but I'll tell you mine, because I mean, I don't give a crap, but I under no circumstance will ever okay our blood of our children going off to a foreign war ever again. We've done it too many times. It's all a money grab. We cannot be the world's police. So under no circumstance do I want that to happen. And I don't care if it sounds shallow or cold-hearted or whatever, but those regions in that area have been at war with each other since biblical times.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's never, ever going to stop. It will never stop.
Thousands.
So I'm tired of all of our funds and all of our children and all of our blood and everything going over there to try to solve this world's problem. I just drove my kid to school and saw probably 3 homeless people. Solve that first. Solve mental disorder in America first. Like, can we please focus on America first instead of focusing on all these foreign ass countries that really, in all honesty, don't give a crap about us? So that would not happen if I had a say in it, because it'll never stop. It will never stop.
I mean, the United States is a rich uncle, is what it is to the world. And as much as I want to keep the funds here and help the homeless population, the veterans who have PTSD, the people who have mental disorders, I mean, everything here in America, I understand life is life everywhere else. And if we want to help out and donate to the cause and all that, but I extremely dislike that we send our troops over there and they die for not our war. And that sucks. I wear a 22 a day band, and so I mean it's a little bit lower now, but on average, 22 vets a day take their own life in America, not overseas serving, but here at home. I mean, we have to stop that. I'm wanting to say it's down to 14 or 15, I think, a day, which obviously is 14 or 15 too much with the medical system that we have and VA that I wish was a little bit better than what it is. I mean, we need help at home, but the 40 or 50 trillion dollars or billion dollars or whatever President Biden has sent to Ukraine and now Israel can be used at home.
Oh, yeah, it's our money. It's taxpayer money.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something.
The more that we print money, the dollar doesn't go up, the dollar goes down.
Who prints the money?
Yeah.
Who prints the money? Do you know who, right? Who prints the money? Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who owns the Federal Reserve? It's a privately owned company by those people that cannot be mentioned. It's a privately owned company. We have I want everybody to wrap their mind around that. We Americans pay a privately owned company to print our money. What world does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I mean,
it really doesn't.
I mean, the administration thinks money grows on trees, and I mean, for them, it kind of does. Hey, go ahead and just print $10 more billion.
That we're not going to use it to enrich our citizens. Exactly. We're going to send it overseas.
Exactly.
I'm going to get another video I'll put on here, but I told you the other day, we just sent Ukraine like however many billions more recently, many billions, I forget what it was, but billions more dollars in munitions and stuff for the war, right?
Yes.
So Ukraine takes everything we send them, billions of taxpayer dollars to get all this stuff. What does Ukraine do? They put it in a big warehouse. I think less than 24 hours later, Putin comes over, bombs it. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like money laundering to me, because there's nothing that makes more money than war. So I don't like any bit of any of this. Take the taxpayer dollars you're going to send to these foreign places that basically hate us. Fix the roads. Fix the infrastructure. Yeah. You want to switch to electric cars? We can't even keep the power on. What are you doing? Fix here, not there. It's never going to be fixed there.
I love the idea of electric cars. I mean, this is what happens with our channel is we can segue to literally anything and talk about it. And I love the idea. Yeah, I love the idea of electric cars, and I truly do. And at least in California, anyways, let's use that as the example. During the summer, we have rolling blackouts. If I have a Tesla or an F-150 or a Cybertruck, I mean, Elon, if you're watching this, I mean, we'll take 2 of them. But I'll just take the single motor, not the dual or the tri. But if you want to throw it in, you can throw it in.
I want the quad motor one. I want the one with the bulletproof windows and everything.
But if we have rolling blackouts and, heaven forbid, you have to go to the hospital or you have a doctor's appointment or you need to take someone to the airport, if you can't charge because of rolling blackouts, you're shit out of luck. And once we can get that fixed, sure, I'll get an electric vehicle. That's fine.
You better make them more affordable, though, because I can't afford $100,000 car.
Exactly.
When I can go buy a regular truck back in the day for $30,000.
Right. well, we could get back to the whole currency thing. Is you bought too much fuel this month? We're going to shut you off at gas stations. I mean, and if we truly go to a digital wallet and the government controls it, they could do that, which is scary.
Do you remember back in the day?
Or McDonald's.
Was it when we? Oh, what year was it when we would when there was no gas? Like you would was that? Was that during Vietnam or?
I think it was Desert Storm.
Was that Desert Storm?
I think it was.
You would. There's pictures on the internet of like gas stations saying no gas left, and people were pushing their cars and stuff to get in there. Could you imagine? Look how people act during Black Friday. Could you imagine if it's a last can of soup or the last gallon of gas?
COVID. Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Get bidets, everybody. I put bidets in all of my bathrooms in my house. Get bidets. They're amazing.
I tried it. I tried it about 7 or 8 years ago or so. I was in Vegas for a work conference, and we were staying at the Aria, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Wasn't for me.
Was it the old school bidets though that has like the shower head wand thing?
No, it was
the one that's like under the toilet seat.
Oh,
dude, I love those things.
It was weird.
The hello. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, your butthole will never be cleaner. It is. They are amazing, dude.
I have a couple other buddies who just love them too.
But I have a couple friends that live, like up in the hills. They're on septic tanks.
Sure.
A bidet is one of the best things you could ever use if you have a septic tank because
100%.
you use like a quarter of the toilet paper you usually use. So, but I guess each is their own. But I don't like our tax money going overseas. I think that is theft. That's robbery. So check out the next one before I go off on another tangent.
In Ukraine. And I think those with foreign policy experience, one thing that Joe Biden and Nikki Haley have in common is that neither of them could even state for you 3 provinces in eastern Ukraine that they want to send our troops to actually fight for. Look at that. This is what I want people to understand. These people she has no idea what the hell the names of those provinces are, but she wants to send our sons and daughters and our troops and our military equipment to go fight it. So reject this myth that they've been selling you, that somebody had a cup of coffee stint at the UN and then makes $8 million after, has real foreign policy experience. It takes an outsider to see this through. Look at the blank expression. She doesn't know the names of the provinces that she wants to actually fight for.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
Vivek, don't ever change. Do that every single time. Don't go in there half-hearted. Don't go in there half-cocked. You go in there fully loaded, ready to just wreck house, dude. What you're doing right there, everything you're saying is what I agree with. That is awesome. I keep up the good work, big guy.
And I can't name any of the provinces, let alone someone who is invested like she is. She should know. I mean, if she wants to send our troops there to unfortunately die, or money to be sent, I mean, know a little bit about the area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's, I don't know.
Like I said, war is a moneymaker. Mm-hmm. So of course they want to go to war. It fills their pockets. And then after the war's done, like in Desert Storm and Desert Shield, after the war's done and we've blown everything up, then they send their buddies in with contract licenses to go in there and rebuild it for them. Yep. So yes, this is money laundering. This is a money-making scheme to steal taxpayer dollars. That's what this is. That's what every war has ever been. The only war that makes sense, if you go back in history and look, right? The only one that really makes sense for America was the Revolution.
Sure.
And the Civil War. That was the only ones that really make sense. Everyone after that, it's like, why? People say World War II because of Hitler, you know what I mean? But
I mean, he was a bad dude.
I know he's a bad dude, but I mean, it's like so many of our young, brave alpha males go since World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Do you know how many of our alpha males they killed off?
Yeah.
Sent over there to die? Hundreds of thousands. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't like warmongers. I really don't. Because in my opinion, all of these countries don't got the cojones to come here. You know why they don't have the cojones to come here? Second Amendment, big guy. Every single house they go to has firearms, and they know that. That's why the first thing you do in communism or anything else is disarm your population.
Yep. Now, whether or not Vivek is going to be the Republican nominee or be a running mate or whatever, I do think one of these days he will be president.
Oh yeah,
I mean, whether it's for 2024
Trump
or
Trump
or
Trump 2024, baby. But I don't think he'll be the vice president. I would love to see him as like press secretary or something, though. You know what I mean? I would love to see him on the Foreign Relation Council with all this that he knows.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Oh yeah, you know. So I hope Trump does use him. You know what I mean? Because
I think you would.
Let me put it this way: if the choice was between him, Vivek, and DeSantis, him all day long.
I'll pick Vivek.
DeSantis, Mr. Stilts, stay in Florida, do a good job. You know what I mean? But you do not have the wherewithal to be on the same stage as these guys. You know, he's milk toast, dude.
Well, that's where Governor Newsom's father-in-law and mom went, right? Or no, father and mother-in-law, stepdad, where they went. So
you saw that debate, right?
I saw that.
That one was like DeSantis did do good for once, right there when he told Newsom that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you don't think the world is upside down, we have a guy named Newsom that runs California. What? Really? Newsom? So, like I said, smoke and mirrors. I believe this next clip, I'm just going to like state, I want you to watch this loaf of bread try to white knight. And I want you to watch this Vivek just 4D chess, all of them.
This is the fourth debate that you would be voted in the first 20 minutes as the most obnoxious blowhard in America. So shut up for a little while. I'm going to respond to that.
We're going to let you respond to that. We're going to let you respond to that.
I'll take that. I want to say something else. We're now 25 minutes into this debate, and he has insulted Nikki Haley's basic intelligence. Not her positions, her basic intelligence.
Well, I mean, Chris Christie is still a thing, right? So
no, Chris Christie ain't shit, dude. I mean, he's a loaf of bread. I mean, that guy is nothing. He's and this last clip right here. All I want to say is, watch this.
Don't disagree on this is a smart, accomplished woman. You should stop insulting.
So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take several times over. So first of all, I think we just learned something from Chris Christie. We learned three things. We learned three things right there. First of all, Chris Christie also doesn't know what provinces in eastern Ukraine he actually wants us to fight for. Chris, your version of foreign policy experience was closing a bridge from New Jersey to New York. Yeah. So do everybody a favor, just walk yourself off that stage, enjoy a nice meal, and get the hell out of this race.
I love that guy, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Enjoy a meal, because you evidently haven't missed one your whole life. You know what I mean? He's a loaf of bread. I can't stand that fool. But yeah, Vivek right there literally put it on their chops. You know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah, you want a white knight for Nikki Haley? That's retarded. And then he's like, oh, don't insult her intelligence. Well, you just proved you don't know something either. You know what I mean? I love that.
One thing that I applaud Chris Christie for is Nikki Haley's accomplishments. Has she made it to where she's at? I mean, you can't be. She's governor, I think, right now.
Yes,
I believe so. You can't become a governor or in any type of politics without earning it.
Sure, you can. What about AOC?
Well,
AOC.
That's gonna be a different video.
She didn't even know what a garbage disposal was, dude.
Well, we're gonna have a different video on her, so stay tuned for that one. But I mean, for the most part, you have to have a decent accomplishment to be getting into politics for that high level. So I give her a little bit of credit, because I don't want to be a politician. Screw that. But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what he is. Oh, I'm gonna try to save the day, and
no, he white knighted for her.
Yeah,
because they probably got the same donors.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
And I would almost guarantee, I haven't done the research yet, but I was almost guaranteed that Vivek doesn't have those donors.
Oh no, definitely not.
And I don't agree that there's like a bunch of accomplishments that make governors and senators who they are. Because in this game right here, this soap opera we're watching, that is American politicians and politics, it's all about who you know, not what you know. That's what it's all about. And I'll tell you right now, dude, they are not, take them all as a whole, right? Very few and far between are actually thinking people.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So I don't think they're the best and the brightest under any circumstance. You know,
No.
so
No.
that's but I do love her face, dude. Like when I was clipping this and watching these, I was like, oh, look at her face, dude. She was weaned on pickle juice, people.
Oh man, well we're gonna have more videos in the future.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
And so like I said, we're definitely gonna have one about AOC. That'll be a nice one.
Yeah, I'll get a video pulled up from her like Instagram or whatever, where it shows her when she moves into her DC apartment or whatever. Mm-hmm. She's in there, you know, when she won, and she turns a switch on by the sink, and she's like, "What is this contraption? It's a freaking garbage disposal." The broad didn't know what a garbage disposal was. Really? Oh my lord. Wow. Anyways, that was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna get a lot more clips and whatnot, and talk about it. Let you guys see it. You guys can see what I watch, and my buddy here will have some videos to show me next time. I try getting stuff that he hasn't seen yet, and vice versa. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate you.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.